as possibly you could. Yeah, he was, as we expected, very much focused on this idea of reconciliation and uniting this divided country. But he was also really talking about the moment of history, seizing the moment in history, talking about this being an inflection point when the country could turn a corner, sort of comparing it to the time of Lincoln after the Civil War and FDR with the New Deal and so on, that with facing a national crisis, a pandemic, a year of upheaval, Americans could come together and create something new, and they had the ability to do it. And he kept, I was saying before, he has this belief in America, and you saw that coming through throughout the speech. This is a land of possibilities. I believe in possibilities, and we can unite together to create them. So very much the kind of speech I was expecting, but it was delivered in a very captivating way. Yeah, this is a really big moment for Joe Biden.
Anthony Zurcher, this was not Sleepy Joe, which is Donald Trump's favorite nickname for him, up on the stage. I mean, we knew that this was going to be a speech about unity. He had signaled that over the last few days. But it was remarkable, wasn't it? I'm going through the things that I wrote down. They are all, it's one phrase after another talking about the need to bring the country together, to lower the temperature. I think that is a phrase that will resonate with a lot of Americans. Just let's bring the temperature down and see if we can carry on getting to something like cooperation.
Yeah, it was interesting hitting those themes time and time again. Joe Biden has obviously spoken of that before, and maybe even in an earlier time, this would be a fairly traditional speech for a politician to give, talking about unity, talking about ending acrimony, talking about the power and potential of the American people. But of course, when you put it in contrast to what has come over the past 4 years with Donald Trump's presidency and talking about American carnage in his inaugural address, he constantly focused on divisions within this country, then it was something different and something I think that will be well received by the American people, and particularly by the Democrats, for whom this was obviously a very cathartic moment. I mean, I was at the Javits Center for Hillary Clinton's what was going to be a victory party 4 years ago, and I remember them taking apart the confetti cannons at about 2 in the morning when it was clear Hillary Clinton had lost. Everyone, it was like a morgue in there. It was like a funeral. Everyone was so despondent. Well, now here they finally have a chance to launch those confetti cannons. If you listen to Kamala Harris's speech, she talked a lot about the historic nature of her election as the first woman vice president. After 4 years ago, when the first woman president was denied by Donald Trump, I think a lot of Democrats are going to feel some small measure of redemption now that, at least in this way, history has been made, and that glass ceiling that Hillary Clinton tried to shatter has been broken at the vice presidential level, at least.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't have the ability to deliver a speech in the way that Barack Obama did, who was, a consummate speech giver, really. But some of the lines reminded me of the kind of Obama era, and it may not be possible. What he is aspiring to may not be something that can be done in the country at the moment, but things like "it is time for our better angels to prevail," I'm pretty sure I heard Barack Obama use almost exactly the same words, Anthony.
And there's no red America or blue America. There's a United States of America. I mean, that is directly a Barack Obama line from the 2004 keynote speech that he gave when he was an up-and-coming state senator. So he is drawing on Barack Obama's rhetoric clearly, and he used that during the primary campaign to connect himself to what Democrats identify as a successful presidency, to try to be the heir of that, and it helped him in the primaries, helped him win the nomination, and I think it helped him excite the base and connect with the base during the general election campaign, where he positioned himself as the legacy of Barack Obama, harkening back to a time when, at least for Democrats, those were the good old days, and that he could bring them back again.
It's 9 o'clock on the east coast of the United States. If you're just joining us, you're watching the celebrations in Wilmington, Delaware, the victory celebrations of the Biden-Harris campaign as they have just delivered their speeches, thanking their supporters, thanking the people who voted for them. There he is, Joe Biden, He will take over as the oldest president in American history. He's tried for this job 2 times before, third time's a charm. He has just been declared today the 46th president of the United States. There is the Biden family with him. He's very much a family man. This is a man who has known loss in his family. He lost his first wife. He lost his daughter in a car crash when they were very young, when he was just in his late 20s. And there he is now surrounded with all of his family, his new wife Jill and their children and grandchildren as well. His vice president-elect Kamala Harris and her husband Doug Emhoff up on the stage there as well. Watching this, it makes me think, you know, the Democrats were deprived of this opportunity really as to have a big celebratory Democratic National Convention. And it's the first time we've really seen, Anthony, them be able to get out on the stage and celebrate like this and have the fireworks and the ticker tape and the dancing and the music.
This has been a very unconventional campaign all the way across, at least for the Democrats. Donald Trump had plenty of campaign rallies with big cheering, adoring crowds. I went to a few of them over the past few weeks, and it seemed like each rally he had a bigger crowd and a more enthusiastic crowd at each stop, where they were literally chanting, we love you" to Donald Trump. Joe Biden, as you mentioned, has not had a chance to do that. He has had very